This is 2012, early 2012 to be precise. The Indian and the Sri Lankan cricket teams have travelled to Australia for a tri-series. So India faces Australia thrice, loses 3 out of 4 times. Yes, India could win only once over Australia. Thereafter, India faces Sri Lanka thrice. Up till this match that we are talking of, India wins 1, loses 1 and ties 1. So now this is the very last group game between India and Sri Lanka. If India has to qualify for the final, India needs a bonus point here, which basically means that India has to chase the score down, whatever Sri Lanka scores in their 50 overs, in just 40 overs. Yes, Sri Lanka will bat for 50 overs. India must chase that score down in just 40 overs. So that's the kind of pressure that was on the Indian side. This match was taking place at Hobart. Dilshan ends up at 160 runs not out, while Sangakkara smashes 105. All this propels Sri Lanka to a mammoth score of 320. Now India has to chase 321 in just 40 overs in order to qualify. So it is being deemed impossible at this point, though T20 cricket has already emerged in the scene. In ODI cricket, nobody's chased this big a score in 40 overs or within that. The Indian openers, Virendra Sehwag and Sachin Tendulkar, start off pretty well. In 5 overs, India's score is 42 for no loss. Thereafter, Sehwag gets out. Gautam Gambhir walks in at 3. Sachin Tendulkar too gets out after a short while. Virat Kohli now walks in at number 4. Virat Kohli and Gautam Gambhir start to play when India is at 86 for 2 in 9.2 overs. So India is well ahead of the required run rate, but this is only the 10th over and India has to continue with this run rate for the next 30 overs, which again seems like a stupendous task. The first ball Virat Kohli faces is of Lasith Malinga, that Lasith Malinga who is at his peak, who can deliver Yorkers at will. Virat plays a flick of the wrist of the very first ball and hits it for a 4 over mid-wicket. A smooth cover drive and a phenomenal lofted cover drive for 6 follow. The audience and the commentators are going crazy at this point. Virat quickly gets to his 50, but Gautam Gambhir gets out. Now Suresh Raina comes in, and at this point India is on 215 for 3 in 29 overs. So in the next 11 overs, India needs how many? 106 runs, which is nearly 10 an over, which seems very difficult, but India has 7 wickets in hand and Mahendra Singh Dhoni is yet to come in to bat. Suresh Raina, who's just come in, can also smash the ball. So India does have a bit of a chance because India has wickets in hand. Kohli is batting on 17 not out of just 60 balls. Malinga is brought back into the attack. Kohli slogs the ball over mid-wicket for 4. A few other good shots follow, such as a lofted square drive and a lift over cover for 4. Virat is now on 98 of just 75 deliveries. Lasith Malinga is brought back into the attack. The first ball is smashed towards deep square leg for a double and Virat gets to his 10th ODI 100 in just 76 deliveries. At this point, all of India and all the spectators know that Virat has again not only scored 100 but won a match for India. India is just a few steps away from winning this match in less than 40 overs. So we can't control our emotions as spectators at that point, but we are still so amazed by the way Virat Kohli is batting. We are loving the way he's batting. We are wanting for more. The next ball has been beautifully flicked away, a gentle flick for a 6 over the same direction, and Malinga too is left amazed. Both these deliveries were on the middle stump. Now Malinga bowls the third delivery outside the off stump, but Virat yet again smashes it over covers for 4. Then Malinga again returns to his original line of the middle stump and Virat again gently flicks it for a 4 behind square. Mind you, this was a Yorker that's been flicked for a 4 by Virat. What we see next is just a replay of this shot, and on the very last delivery of this over, Virat Kohli yet again plays a replay. So this is a phenomenal over for India, and just imagine the context. Virat Kohli, an Indian youngster who's been looking very good, who's scoring hundreds after hundreds, who's winning matches for India, is playing this legend of Sri Lankan cricket, Lasith Malinga, who's at his peak, who can deliver Yorkers at will, who can get the biggest of batters out at will. He is being smashed. So this was absolutely unprecedented in world cricket. Nobody had seen Malinga being smashed like this. And a young Virat Kohli was playing him as if he was a club bowler. A cover drive and an off drive of Malinga in the 37th over see India picking up a victory pretty comfortably in the end. In my opinion, this is the best ODI innings Virat has ever played. But I hope he plays an innings that's even greater and better than this in the times to come. Virat is not out on 133 of just 86 deliveries. Can you imagine that point of time? 2012. At that time, nobody would have imagined that in 40 overs, a side can go to this kind of a score, 320 odd. And India chased it down in just 36.4 overs. I think why this innings is the most special of Virat Kohli is because the stalwarts were not present or were out. Like Sachin and Sehwag were out without scoring 50s. Gautam Gambhir did get 63 but again got out. There was only MS Dhoni in the end who didn't get to bat at the end of the day. But then there was no Yuvraj Singh. So there was a lot of pressure. This was a must-win match. It was a virtual knockout. That kind of pressure this young Virat Kohli handled so well and he won the match for his side. Handling Lasith Malinga, his career worst figures. And I think this kind of started off the new era of cricket where we would see 400s being scored because Virat Kohli made everyone believe that the impossible can be made possible. That's all for today, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.